Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and in this video, I'm going to be playing The Last Lighthouse, and I'll be using the expansion cards found in Strange Shores and Long Nights. Let's get rolling. So I've got these two expansions for The Last Lighthouse here. I've already done a solo playthrough with just the standard base game, and you can find a link for that in the description. But I'm going to add in Long Nights. I'm not exactly going to follow the little rule sheet that comes with it, and I'll explain the difference. But Long Nights adds 5 new Nightmare/Trap cards. So they are here. If you want to get a look at them, you can probably pause it if you want to take a look. I took pictures and uploaded them to these expansions on the Board Game Geek site, so you can just look at them there. But here's the 5 new nightmares, 5 new traps. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to read them, but you can at least see the main stats. So there's those. And what the rules suggest is that you shuffle them into your deck and then remove 3 cards at random, which makes the deck 2 cards longer and therefore more difficult because you'll have 2 more rounds. In most cases. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to add these 5 cards and then take out 5 random cards. So it's just the normal length. I'm not trying to increase the difficulty. And then the other expansion, Strange Shores, changes your lighthouse. So there are 3 alternate lighthouses, and each one has a different ability. These are double-sided, but they're the same on both sides. And the lighthouses in these, compared to the original, have these sort of Lovecraftian design elements. This lighthouse has eyes, this one has tentacles, and this one has wings. So in this video, I'm going to play 1 game of The Last Lighthouse with each of these. So there's going to be 3 videos. You can find the chapters, and in each one, I will randomly remove 5 cards from this nightmare deck. So we might see all of the Long Nights cards. We might not see any of them if it's probably going to be something in between if I had to guess. But I'm going to shuffle these up, and we will start with the eyes card, I think. Okay, so I gave these a pretty good shuffle. So I won't reveal which ones are missing, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are gone. And then I'll remove the normal standard lighthouse and these 2 others for now. So this one with the eyes. You start with 7 health instead of 6. Typically it's 6. And then there's this symbol here, which is a like a hand of cards with a number on it. And here on space 6. So space 7 has nothing. Space 6 has 3, then 2, 3, 2, 1, and then nothing there. And the rule at the top says, when damaged, discard down to the hand size indicated next to your new health. Your overall hand size is still unlimited. Do not draw or discard when regaining health. So you start, with all your health. When you take 1 damage, you have to discard your hand down to 3 cards. When you get down to 5 health, discard down to 2 cards. When you get down to 4 health, again, discard down to 3, and then down to 2, and then down to 1. And then when you only have 1 hit left, when you're on your last health point there, you don't have to do any hand discarding. So let's give that a try. And we're going to play at the standard difficulty. Let me put this a little bit higher, but not too high. I need to be able to see it. So we're going to start with 2 nightmares and 2 traps. I'm not sure if I can identify the Long Nights cards when I see them. I'll know some of them, I'm sure. Definitely this is one. So I've got 1 in my hand. So now let's start the game, and this is a pretty great start. So I'm going to target this one and attack it. This is range 1. This is range 1, 2, 3. So that's 2 hits. It has a 1 placed criteria, not defeated. So that goes into my hand. And then again, 1 and 1, 2. This one is also defeated. Slides down, and now I draw a nightmare. And it says 1 placed. Move this nightmare 2 spaces closer to the lighthouse. Oh, actually, that's not good. Actually, this was not a great start. So now it goes there. So this attacks now, and it hits the lighthouse. So I go down to 6 health, and now I have to discard down to 3 cards. So what I thought was great is now not so great because I've got this big hand, and I got to get rid of half of them. So I definitely want to keep this one and this one because they allow you to get specific nightmares out of the sea, which is good. And I think I like that effect. I really like that one too. But all right, so these just get discarded. They are gone. Put them off to the side. So now the attacking is done. So the tide comes in, moves that nightmare to the end. I do not have 4 nightmares in a row, so now it's time for the next turn. And for my first action, I'll take this one. It says 1 placed, discard 1 nightmare. Place this trap in that nightmare's position. So this is discarded. So I place it in that position, and then I will add this trap to the sea that has a when defeated effect. So now we add a new nightmare, and this has a when defeated effect. So now it tries to attack the lighthouse but can't reach. So then it tries to attack traps from left to right, and it can reach this one. So this trap is defeated. And then the tide comes in. And now it's time for a new round. I don't really want to have to place this trap, but I don't have much of a choice. So I'll place it, and I'll place it here. And it says 1 placed, you gain 1 additional defeat a nightmare action this turn, but there's only 1 to defeat, so I'll just defeat it real quick with these 2. And this says, when defeated, rotate 1 trap into a nightmare. And I guess I do have 1 more defeat nightmare action. So I'll rotate this one, and then I'll attack it with these 2, so it's defeated. When defeated, you may not take further actions this turn. That's fine. So now I've actually got an extra card in my hand. I can use this again. So that turned out okay. Add a nightmare. When placed, add 1 nightmare from the deck. Now this one also has a 1 placed action, but it wasn't. We didn't just place that nightmare. We added it. It's a different thing. So you don't daisy chain those together. So now the nightmares attack the lighthouse. This one has range 1, 2, 3. That's a hit. I have to discard down to 2 cards, which I have. And this one has range 1, 2. It is not a hit. So then the tide comes and gets rid of this card. Scoot these down. There are not 4 nightmares in a row, so that's okay. And it's time for the next turn. So I'm going to place this one right here. And so again, I get this 1 placed action, gain 1 additional, defeat a nightmare action this turn. So first we'll defeat this nightmare, range 1 and range 1, 2. That's within 4, so that's fine. So this one's defeated. And I have 1 additional defeat nightmare action. So this is again range 1, range 4. This is defeated as well. So now I've got more traps in my hand. Draw a new nightmare. And this is a when defeated effect. So now it tries to attack the lighthouse. It can't reach, but it can hit this first trap. So this trap is defeated. And then the tide comes and gets rid of this one. And that's all that's left. So I guess this next round I'm going to place this here. And then place this here. They both have when defeated effects. And that's it. That was 2 actions. So we draw the next nightmare. That's a when defeated effect. So now the nightmares attack. This one hits the lighthouse. I have to go down to 3 cards in hand. I'm good there. This one cannot reach the lighthouse. So then the tide comes. And I do not have 4 nightmares in a row. So now it's the next round. And I'm going to attack this one. This is range 3. So 1, 2. This is range 1. So 1. So this one takes 2 hits. When defeated, add 1 nightmare from the deck. Okay. That has a when defeated action. That looks like one of the new ones. So this says when defeated, the leftmost trap is moved to the rightmost position. Interesting. And I still have 1 more action. So now I'm going to attack this one. Again, range 1, range 3. So that's 2 hits. When defeated, if within range 2 of the lighthouse, take 2 damage. 1, 2, 3. We got not lucky because it was planned, but that was a good thing. So now now we got to draw another nightmare. So that was the last card in the deck. And the nightmares attack. This one, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's a hit. I have to discard down to 2 cards. I don't know that it really matters, but I'll discard this one. And now this one attacks 1, 2, 3. It cannot hit the lighthouse. And so now the tide comes, and we check to see if there are 4 nightmares in a row. There's not, and that was the end of a round, and the deck is empty, so we've won. So that was pretty cool. Definitely a different experience than the default card. So I'm going to take this card out now, swap it out for the next one, which is this Tentacle card. I'm going to shuffle up the entire deck. So we'll bring back the 5 that were discarded last time. Definitely these 2 were some of the new ones, so maybe we'll see them in this game, and maybe not. Let me shuffle these. Okay. So those are pretty good and shuffled. And let's look at this lighthouse. So this one says, whenever you defeat 2 nightmares in 1 round, regain 1 health. And it looks like I'm going to need that because you only have 4 health with this lighthouse, which is not very much. So I'm feeling probably most nervous about this one. So let's draw, 2 nightmares. That's one of the new ones. Oops, but I'm supposed to discard 5 cards. I forgot to do that. 2. 1, 2 traps, and then 4 traps in my hand. All right, so let's give it a go. What stinks is I've got full health and I can actually defeat 2 in 1 turn right now. Oh, no, I can't, so that's okay. This is pretty interesting. I'm going to attack this one. 1, 2. It's only got 1 hit, so that goes into my hand. And then I think I'm going to place something. So I'm going to put this here, and it says, when placed, you may move 1 nightmare to any position in the sea. Actually, I'm going to put it here. I'm going to move this nightmare to the end. Okay. I'm trying to set myself up to defeat a couple. So now we draw a new nightmare. That has a when defeated effect. I think that's one of the new ones too. So now the nightmare is trying to attack the lighthouse. 1, 2, 3. This one is range 3. 1, 2, 3. None of them hit the lighthouse. So they'll try and attack the traps, and they can hit this one. This one can be defeated. And this one says, when defeated, you may move another trap into this trap's position. And I really didn't want that one to be defeated. You may. I guess I'm not going to. I won't use that effect. That's too bad. So these slide down. Now the tide comes and I lose that. I'm not as good a position as I thought. Next round. All right, I'll place this one here. And then I will attack this nightmare. This is range 1, 2, range 1, so this takes 2 hits. When defeated, if this nightmare is directly between 2 traps, nightmares attack an additional time this turn. So that's not the case. It's not directly between 2 traps. So that just goes to my hand. And now we draw a new nightmare. When placed, if there are not 3 nightmares in a row in the sea, add nightmares until there are. So we've got 2 in a row, so we're going to add 1 more. Yowza, there's a lot going on. And now nightmares attack 1, 2, 3. That's going to hit the lighthouse. 1, 2, and 1. So 1 hit to the lighthouse. It's down to 3 health. Then the tide comes and gets rid of this one, which is a problem. And I do not have 4 in a row, which is good. All right, so I'm going to place this card here, and it says, when placed, the tide will not change this round. And now my second action, I'm going to attack this nightmare at range 1 and range 3. When defeated, the leftmost trap is moved to the rightmost position. Interesting. And now we draw a new nightmare with a when defeated effect. So now the nightmares attack range 2, that's a hit. Range 1 and range 1. Okay, and then because of the card that I played, the tide does not change this this turn. That was this card here. So now we go to the next round. So now I will place this card here. And I will attack. Ooh, no, not that. Ooh, I miscalculated. Well, I guess I'll just add 1 more card here. And that card says, when placed, nightmares do not attack this turn. You still add nightmares as normal. So that was 2 actions. So draw another nightmare. Getting real long here. And that has a when defeated effect. So now nightmares do not attack, but the tide still comes. I forgot about that. So this goes, slide over. I do not have 4 nightmares in a row, so it's the next round. Well, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm going to place this one, which says discard 1 nightmare and place this trap in that nightmare's position. So I guess I'll discard this one. And then I'll attack this one. I'm really on an angle, huh? Too late. Range 1, range 3. So this one's defeated. When defeated, return 1 trap from the sea to your hand, which is not so bad. I think I'll take this one. Oh, no, I'll take that one back. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, now we draw another nightmare. It says, when placed, place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of the deck, then draw 1 card. So I guess I'll put this one on the bottom because it's the most easily defeated of the nightmares, then draw 1 card. I suppose that means to my hand? Because it didn't say to add a nightmare to the end. I'm not sure. I want to be conservative though, so I'm gonna actually put that there. Maybe that's what they mean. So now the nightmares attack. This one has range 2, so it's a hit. So I'm down to 1 health. Range 1, range 1, range 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's all the hits. Now the tide comes and moves that to the end. That is a little bit of a problem. And I do not have 4 nightmares in a row, which is good. Otherwise, I would have just lost. So I think I'll put this here. It says, when placed, discard 1 nightmare and place this trap in that nightmare's position. Even better. So we'll do that. So that's discarded. That was my first action. And for my second action, I'm just going to place this trap here just to sort of have an every other. Oh, wait, there's still a few left. I thought this was the last. I don't want to do that. I don't want to place it. But I don't actually have the range to defeat anything. So let's just say I attack this one. 1, 2, 3, and 1, and it's not enough. So now we move on to the attack part. So this nightmare cannot reach the lighthouse. This one cannot, and this one cannot. So now they start trying to hit the traps. Nothing can hit. I don't have 3 that can hit that trap. There's not 2 that can hit that trap. 1, 2, can't get that trap. So this one is defeated. Then the tide comes. And I'm just in survival mode now. So if this one gets defeated, I'm going to die. And I've been holding on to this one because the effect is you may discard a card from your hand, and if you do, defeat 1 nightmare from the sea. But I don't have, when I place this, I don't have another card to discard. So I'm just going to put it here in an attempt to get the nightmares further from the lighthouse. I don't know if that's going to be enough. I can't figure it out. Draw another. When placed, move this nightmare 3 spaces closer to the lighthouse. This is going to be, maybe this will work out, actually. That was kind of lucky. So now the nightmares attack range 1, range 2, range 1, range 2. We're not hitting the lighthouse. So now we try and hit the traps. Can't hit this one. But this one, this is range 1, range 2. This takes 2 damage. So this one's defeated. And when defeated, if this card is within the 3 leftmost cards by the lighthouse is healed by 1. That's awesome. So I'm glad I was able to keep that one alive and actually get it defeated at a time of my choice. That was nice. But it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. So now the tide comes. So this is gone, and now I'm looking at a loss condition, I think. Oh, no, I might have a chance. So this trap can perform an action. So it'll attack this one, which defeats it. So it only had 1 health. And now I will, for my second action, place this trap, and I'll place it here. Yes, yes, yes. Now we draw a nightmare. When placed, what does that say? This nightmare and the leftmost trap swap positions. Oh, man. I think we're still okay, though. So now the nightmares attack. This one hits down to 1. Range 1, range 1, range 2. No more hits. And then the tide comes, pushes this to the end. And then we check to see if we have 4 nightmares in a row, and we do not. So we don't take any more damage. It's the end of the round, and we are victorious. That was really close. I thought I was doomed. So that was pretty cool. I don't know that I ever took out or defeated 2 nightmares in one turn to get any health back that way. I know I've done it while playing this game, but I don't think I did it that whole playthrough. But that went better than I thought it would. So that was cool. I'm going to shuffle these up, and then we will try the 3rd lighthouse card. Okay, it's pretty well shuffled again. So I will discard the top 5 cards this time. I won't forget. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are gone. And we will use what's left, wings. So this one says so this one's got 5 health. And on the 4, there's a little symbol. And on the 3, there's a symbol. And on 2, there's 2 of the symbol, and then nothing on the 1. So that symbol means for each symbol that gets covered, choose any 1 nightmare with a trap to its immediate left. Swap those cards' positions. Now when it says for each one covered, I wonder if it means at a time. So does that mean 1 is covered, and then 1 is covered, and then 2 are covered? Or does that mean 1 is covered, and now 2 are covered, and now 4 are covered? I don't know. There's no other rule book or anything that came with this. So trap, or nightmare, trap, 4 traps. For each one covered. I feel like it means at that level, each time you cover. I think it's 1, 1, and then 2, not 1, 2, and then 4. That seems super aggressive. The camera seems to be at a slight angle. It's throwing me off. Okay, so what am I going to do here? Man, these are pretty strong nightmares at the start. Well, okay, this is good. I'll play this one, and when placed, gain an additional defeat a nightmare action this turn. So now I'll defeat this one. Range 3, range 2, range 4. So 3 hits. This one's defeated. When defeated, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, regain 1 health. I'm not going to do that because I'm at maximum health. And now I've got an additional defeat a nightmare action, and I'll use it on this one. Range 3, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one's defeated. When defeated, if this is the closest nightmare to the lighthouse, you take 2 damage. That's unfortunate. 1, 2. Oh, wait, is that right? Yeah. 1, 2. So at this point, I would swap what is it? Any 1 nightmare with a trap to its immediate left. So there are no nightmares, so I can't perform that. So I guess that's okay. Now I draw a new nightmare. When placed, all nightmares get +1 range this turn. That's too bad. So now nightmares attack. It says a range of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take another hit. So now these 2 get swapped. And then the tide comes. And I feel like I'm in a rough spot for 1 round. Okay, next round. I'll start by defeating this nightmare. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2 hits. This goes into my hand. At least I've got a strong hand. And I won't take a second action. So we'll draw another nightmare. When placed, move this nightmare 2 spaces closer to the lighthouse. What the heck? Okay. So then nightmares attack, so this gets hit. We move this. We would swap it with whatever's to its immediate left, but it's as far as it can go. So then the tide comes. I'm getting my butt kicked. And now it's a new round. So I'm going to place this one here at the beginning. And it says, when placed, the tide will not change this round. And then I'll place this one. And it says, when placed, choose another trap, move it to any other position in the sea. It must change position. So let's do that one. So now Nightmare's attack. This one is range 2. Can't, I got to draw a new one though. I forgot that. There we go. This one is range 2. It can't hit the lighthouse. Range 3. 1, 2, 3. Can't hit the lighthouse. So this trap can't be defeated, but this one can. This one hits this trap. When defeated, choose one nightmare in the sea. Add it to your hand as a trap. Then place a different trap from your hand in the position the nightmare left. So I guess I'll take this one and then place a different trap from my hand. And this is a when defeated effect. These are all when placed. I kind of like to use those, so I'll put that there. Then the tide comes and gets rid of that trap. So now we are looking at this situation and another round. So my first action will be to defeat this, range 1 and range 4. So it's 2 hits. When defeated, return 1 trap from the sea to your hand. So I would like to get this one back for its effect. And that's all I'm going to do. So we'll draw another nightmare. When placed, this nightmare and the leftmost trap swap positions. Oh, that's bad. So now the nightmares attack. This one hits the lighthouse, and that is lights out for the winged lighthouse. Not a great showing. How much was left? 1, 2, 3, 4 more rounds. I was only halfway through that game. I feel like I got wrecked real quick. But you know what? It's okay, and I had a good time doing it. So that was 3 games of the Last Lighthouse using the Strange Shores expansion, so the 3 added lighthouses with their different effects, and then the Long Nights expansion shuffled in there too, which is what killed me in the end. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I had a good time. I like these. I like these Strange Shores cards in particular. That really changes the gameplay quite a bit. I thought it was the second one that was going to be the biggest issue, but it was the third. And I think that was really just luck more than anything, bad luck in particular, because I didn't really use the effect very much. I just got wrecked real early. But I like playing with the Long Nights cards as well, playing with the way that I did, to just add the 5 cards, shuffle everything up, and then remove 5 cards at random. So that really changes what you expect from game to game a little bit, just a little bit of variety without having to do anything different. So that was it. That was the Last Lighthouse. If you had a good time, please consider subscribing to this video and leaving a like, and always feel free to comment. I appreciate those. I try and interact as much as I can through the comments. So if there's something else you'd like to see, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you in the next video.